this is what your customers are looking for. So when you talk to the firemen, the realities to the fire ground is that pump operators make mistakes. But, you know, some make more than others, some more frequent than others. There's some realities to the fire ground. The very first reason I wanted to do this is, as a pump operator, I was sick of being on this side of the truck when the fire was on the other. If you watch firemen on a fire ground, they're constantly looking around the truck. They're trying to see what's going on. It's just this thing they try to do. And it's like workflow in your factory, right? You don't take a mechanic's tool set and put it way over there when all his work is over here. And so when the fire's over there, you're taking them and putting all his tool set over here when all his work needs to be done over there. And now the guy is constantly running. You literally watch a fire ground. The guy makes laps around the truck. It's awful. So my initial response was, right now we're in manual because we're driving around. The SAM doesn't engage until we put the pump in gear. So right now this is just a valve controller. It sends the same signals a valve controller does. If we were in gear, this would just be a regular pressure governor. When the SAM engages, this all goes away. You have a single SAM screen. They operate only from here. So I wanted to make a valve controller that was this small so I could put it on the other side and I could fix my visibility problem. There's a lot of tactical reasons on the fire ground why visibility is important. So the fireman in me didn't like that. I don't want to pump from this little thing. That's not how I learned. That's not what I'm used to. It doesn't feel good. I can't see all the gauges. I can't see all the handles. I can't really keep track of what's going on. When I got in the fire service, I was in school for mechanical engineering, and I realized I got my degree, stayed in the fire service, liked that better. 10 years ago when all this went down, so anyway, I went down this road, I decided, well, why do this when I can automate it? So the system's automated. Well, what does that do for me? I can take a guy with 30 years experience and get him away from this hunk of metal. And this is where the firemen first don't believe me, but after they see the demos, they start to understand. You just took a guy with 30 years experience who has done nothing but pay attention to this pump panel, and you've actually proven to me that I can free him up. You gave me a free set of hands in the fire ground. So in our first 5 minutes of a fire, that's where the most mistakes are made. That's where the most amount of work has to be done. That's where the most unknown variables are, right? Like, the first 5 minutes is always tough, and that's where this thing really shines. So I'm gonna take this guy with all this experience. He's not gonna have to do a single thing here, and he's gonna be focusing on his crew. He's gonna be getting hose lines, he'll be focused on getting his water sources. There'll be less operator mistakes here. He'll be in contact with his crew. Firemen, as they see this work, really start to understand what's happening. Until they see it, they think it's a new fancy woodad that you're gonna charge a bunch of money for. But once they get to see this thing work and we start giving it problems and working through these problems, and they understand, they're like all these what ifs, and we have an answer for all the what ifs, then they start understanding, wow, you just gave me an extra guy in the first 5 minutes every single time. And not just an extra guy, usually my most experienced guy is now free to do the job he needs to do. All right, so I'm gonna put the truck in gear. You're gonna see the screen change over. We're gonna try to pull a draft. I'm just gonna assume it's hooked up right. So what happens is when I put the truck in gear, we put it in gear like we always do. It's a Q-Max with a split shaft gearbox. So you got your normal PTO flip over there. You guys don't have to change any of that. You put the truck in drive. It's just gonna say SAM engage. You're gonna see all this change. The first thing it does is it opens my tank to pump, and then it recirculates water for me. So when I get out of the truck, I don't need to come here and do anything. I'm gonna go get to work. We have very distinct beeps, we'll hear them. And there's a double beep. It always has to do with water. If your tank's running low, if your hydrant pressure's low, if you run out of water, it's a double beep. So what we found on the fire ground is you never really know what's going on with the water unless I'm looking at, if I'm a fireman and I don't look at this gauge, I don't know what's going on. So the city fireman that I started with, I was worried I was going to beep at him too much. What we do is we give you a beep and a verbal warning of what's going on. So this way everyone on the fire ground gets to hear what's happening. Like on the fire ground, we don't want to talk on the radio. Better firemen and more experience, and the more the fire ground has progressed, we've learned you're yapping on the radio. Odds are it's about something you don't need to talk about, which means you're going to walk over somebody who actually needs something. Mostly a mayday call or a call for water, right? So there's a lot of stuff in here that tries to eliminate that and bring that. When they can hear that, the firemen understand, when they see the stuff I'm doing, all the steps I'm eliminating between the operator and the attack crew, they're also understanding it's going to bring their radio traffic down. So, all right, so you guys can see the SAM screen. Here's the governor, which we don't need to use. We're set for draft mode right now, but this something that's actually going on is running off the tank water, okay? We're going to have to do this pretty quick because I don't have a lot of water. So you know you have a preset on your governor. So This is intake, this is discharge. So I tap here. I can see all my discharges. There's 6 on this truck. Go to a control page. Here's the right rear discharge. So I can set it to any pressure I want. If I get gas, it'll pump. So the preset on your governor, I can give you a preset for every single line, and they can all be different. Whatever the department wants to set it at, that's what it stays. You can color code or whatever. If I drag to 70, that's the preset for this line. If I drag to 70 again, it'll pump at 70. The reality of the fire service is, almost all of our fires, we end up pulling the same 2 hand lines over and over. Same 2 hand lines, a bumper line, a booster. That's what we use the majority of the time. Obviously we use other stuff, but the bread and butter is the same thing over and over. So I can take this preset, what's cool is we bring it to the home screen. So there's my right rear, it's got a 70 in there, so it's going to pump at 70. So we're going to run it that way.
Hose charging.
This line's going to come up. Watch this line, it's going to do it next. So it ran my governor for me, and it's the only thing I discharged out for. Alright?
Hose charging.
Come up a little more. Right? Now it's cool. It's getting the first now it's working. So it's bringing that first one back to 70 where I want it. Now when I control grass, so the primer pulls water up to the valve, and the valve's going to start open. And then it's going to switch over, and it's going to close my tank up. That's like a less smooth changeover. If you have a good draft setup, half the time you can hardly hear it. So we're done. We've switched over to draft. So now it's going to fill my tank and run these lines for me. So normally when I'm doing a lot of drafting, what I'll do is I'll take an 1 inch and 3/4, and I'll hook that little elbow here, and I'll just set up a really easy draft for myself. So this way, no matter what the guys do on the hand lines, I'll never lose my prime. And the system's always managing pressure for me. But you guys just saw me charge 2 hand lines and 2 different pressures with full and draft, with 3 finger swings. And when I did it, who did I pay all my attention to? The truck, or to all of you guys? Can you imagine? Yeah, can you imagine a truck operator trying to do that? Like, that just doesn't exist today. So what happens is once firemen start to see this, they don't believe it, but once they see it, it's just mind-boggling. We had 15 different trucks in Winnipeg come out, and not a single one of them left without, saying thank you, and at least shaking my hand and saying good job. I mean, they get it, Not everybody's writing a check today, but they're understanding that a fireman built this for the firefighter. They're understanding that this type of solution, whether you're going to trust it or not, the reality of the concept is I can give you more time, more manpower, and less mistakes on the firefighter, which is what we beg for.